Identifying our target market or our target audience is crucial for success in any business out there. By understanding who our ideal customers are, where we can find them, and what matters most to them, we can actually tailor our marketing efforts more effectively. So, kind of in this video, we're going to walk through the simple process to help us pinpoint our target audience and reach them with precision. Hey, welcome back, everyone. My name is Tanner O'Brien. I am the founder and CEO of Benefit Marketing. I am a senior partner here at Action Coach in Central Texas. And this week, we're continuing on our journey of discussing marketing. How do we continue to build a marketing plan, understand marketing at a much more granular level to help grow and do different things within the business? So jumping on from some of the videos from the last couple of weeks, we're going to go back into kind of the target audience and go a little bit more in depth. So kind of this conversation today really won't be that long, but I want to hit some kind of high points to help you all just continue to grow and look at how do I really identify who my target market is and what do I do next in order to really do this. So identifying our target market or our target audience is crucial for success in any business out there. By understanding who our ideal customers are, where we can find them, and what matters most to them, we can actually tailor our marketing efforts more effectively. So kind of in this video, we're going to walk through the simple process to help us pinpoint our target audience and reach them with precision. The first piece here is, who are we looking to target? Who? That is like the big word here, WHO, who. When defining our target audience, it is totally essential to create a detailed profile of our ideal customer. So consider characteristics such as demographics like age, gender, income level, occupation, educational level, like as many of those types of things you can think of. And then go into psychographics, which is how people think. Think of what are their hobbies, their interests, their values, their lifestyle choices. Like list out as much of this as you possibly can. Then go into geographics. Location, where are they at? Are they in urban places? Are they in rural environments? Are they in the northern part of the country, the southern part of the country? Like just really go into the geographics of the location kind of in that piece of it. And then you'll go into behavioral traits, buying habits, brand preferences. How do they spend their time online? What is the online activity? What types of social profiles do they, social platforms and things like that do they use? Get into as much of that as you possibly can. The goal is to compile a list of at least 75 characteristics or more to paint a comprehensive picture of the target audience. I know that's a ton, but when you go through that process, it gives you a much clearer picture on the different things that you can do, which brings us to point number 2, which is where. Where can we find our ideal customers? But not only where, but where in the highest concentrations? And that question is so much easier to answer when we have done the who first. If we know all of these details about them, it becomes a little bit easier to focus on the where. So that's point number 2, where. Where can we find our ideal customers or our ideal audience? Once we've identified the target audience, it's crucial to know more about where we can reach them. So consider both online and offline channels when going through this process and where the audience congregates in the highest concentrations. So like online, it could be online platforms like social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, etc. Different forums, industry-specific websites, but like really think through that. Where do they spend most of their time online? I love that distinction between those that spend a whole bunch of time on Facebook versus TikTok. Now, maybe the individuals use both, but what do they use more of, right? If you look at the demographics on TikTok, it's going to skew younger, whereas Facebook's going to skew older. So that's why those demographics and things like that we talked about in the ideal audience piece, the who piece, will help us identify which of the platforms they spend more time on so that we can engage them where they are. So these are online. Then we look at the offline locations like events, conferences, community gatherings, local businesses, clubs, organizations, nonprofit type stuff. Where do they spend their offline time? Because we want to make sure that we're going out and we're seeing them in that environment as well. Understanding where our audience spends their time allows us to focus on our marketing efforts and actually target it effectively rather than just kind of doing a spray and pray, right? So that's 1 and 2, who and where. And then we get into number 3, which is what matters most to our ideal buyers. To resonate with our target audience, we need to understand what aspects of our product or service are most important to them. So consider their pain points, their challenges, their aspirations. Tailor the message to address these specific needs and demonstrate how our offering can provide the solutions to what they have. Tailor it to them. What matters most to them? Then we get into point 4, which is why. Why should our ideal customer even care, right? Or why should they buy from us? So dive deeper into the reasons why our ideal customer should care about our products and services. Highlight the unique benefits and the value propositions that sets us apart from our competitors. Communicate how our offering can improve their lives, solve their problems, or fulfill their desires. It's really important that we speak to it in that way because they need to understand why they should care. And then finally, point number 5 is the how. How does our ideal customer, our ideal buyer best receive information? And this one really only matters if we've done all those other 4 points before that. So we get now into how does the ideal buyer or customer best receive information? Not just receive information, but how do they best receive it? So understanding how our target audience prefers to consume information is key to delivering the message effectively. Consider, their preferred formats and modalities like audio. If they're big, audio type people, they like to listen to things, then podcasts, audiobooks, voice assistants, like all those types of things are where that's going to be at. Maybe they're very visual. Maybe video is the big thing for them. Well, we've got YouTube, streaming services, webinars, different ways to kind of to move those messages out. There's text, right? The people that read a lot of different things, blog articles, ebooks, email newsletters, flyers, all sorts of things like that. And then, of course, you can look at the difference between online and offline. Do they best receive information online, or do they actually best receive information offline? Social media, print media, direct mail, direct conversations just like this, phone calls, etc. Think about how they best receive information so that we can tailor that message and get it out to them in the way that they're going to receive it the best. By aligning our communication channels with our audience preferences, we can increase that engagement and ultimately increase our conversion rates. So to summarize all of this together, identifying our target audience requires a thorough understanding of who they are, where to find them, what matters most to them, why they should care, and how they prefer to receive information. There's a lot of this on how they want things, right? We need to meet them where they are. So by following this step-by-step guide, we can actually create targeted marketing campaigns that resonate with our ideal customers and drive that business growth. Next week, we'll continue to dive in and talk about how we build a database or build your own list and the importance of doing so. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're checking in on this channel, and we will see you next week to talk about how do we build a database. I'm Tanner O'Brien. We'll see you again next week.